I went to spend the day with him one day. I was like 10 years old. And he had some coconut trees. And he said, Uncle Marcus, could I get a coconut? Uncle Marcus said, yes, take it. And he climbed up in the tree and he pulled one of the coconut. Uncle Marcus said, all right, that's enough. And he pulled a second one. Uncle Marcus went in the house, come out with a shotgun and fired the gun at him. Boom! When he heard the gun went off, he realized his uncle was about to kill him. He jumped out of the tree and took off. I said, what? He said, I had a murderous mind.
Yeah, he was,
he was gone.
To do that and then do that to his sister.
So, you had all kinds of...
So, the guy who did all that butchering in the knife attacks that just happened. Where did I say that was? In Southern California. In Southern California. That guy's mugshots, he's smiling and posing for the camera. And that guy was crazy, or is crazy. He's possessed.
They had another one named Kane, Clarence Kane. Clarence was almost like Marcus. He never cared to die at all. I mean, he laughed at the idea. He asked them to throw a party for him the day before.
They're not laughing
But
now?
he killed a lady, stabbed her in her sleep 34 times while she was sleeping. The lady, I think she was sleeping like in a bunk. He killed her. She was in the top bunk, stabbed her quietly, and somebody sleeping in the bottom bunk and the person door. The person wake up and felt something warm dripping on him, get up with blood when they look up.
Murder.
This one murdered 34 times. He laughed at it. So, I'll celebrate. I'm willing to celebrate. He died in 54, I think.
That's like the old saying a jingle about Lizzie Borden. Lizzie Borden had an axe. She chopped her father 40 whacks. Mm-hmm. When she saw what she had done, she chopped her mother 41.
I tell you.
Yeah. And Lizzie Borden was a real person.
Yeah. There was another one. Now he couldn't take it. He was 24 years. And he was a Caliph guy. They claim, I don't know who it is, but they claim that the system was prejudiced against Caliphs. At 24 years, he was living right up the street from where we were living in Stanford. And he told the police officers he was arrested and brought to Stanford and then transferred to Belize. He told the police officers, I know I will not get a fair trial. I will die, so I'm saying goodbye to all of you. When they sentenced him to death, from the time they sentenced him, he cried and wept and wouldn't eat for all that 21 days. When it was time to hang him, he was so skinny and light that they were afraid that when he dropped, his weight couldn't break his neck. So they had to put weights on his feet. And I was kind of sorry for him, but I mentioned it to Harry, my brother. I said, Harry, you remember when, because his brother, Clive, a younger brother, me and Harry and him used to play. I forgot what his name was, but he was witty. Typical Caliph name. So I said, Harry, you remember when Witty was harmed? I said, I was very sorry for Witty. He said, no, Roy, he was a wicked guy. He said he used to beat women mercilessly. Beat them. Any woman he got, he beat. So that's how he died. He was after some guy's daughter, and the guy wouldn't have him around his daughter. So they see when he came around the daughter, one time at some dance, the guy met him and began to beat him up. The guy could have beat him. And he runs up the guy. He said, I thought this was self-defense. And the guy chased him. The guy wouldn't let up. So he ran in somebody's kitchen, and the guy behind him beating him up, and he grabbed a knife off the counter and stabbed the guy and killed him. Now I thought that was self-defense. They didn't see it that way. So how they tell me, says,
reap the rewards.
I never knew he was that wicked. He says, he said, I am not too sorry for him, because if he had gotten this man's daughter, he'd have beaten her up the same way. So the guy was like, I don't know if the guy knew his past, was like writing, stay away from my daughter. Plus, Caribs are not to marry Creole, what they call Creole or non-Caribs, because they bias against the Caribs. If any of my sister had married a Carib guy, my parents would have disowned them.
And how did Caribs look as opposed to Creole?
Like Africans.
Very dark.
Like
Very dark
Nigerians.
skin.
And so that's the one thing I find about prejudice, right?
Yeah.
Because in this world, the darker you are, the more reviled you are. And it's not because of any other reason than the color of your skin. And it happens amongst African descendant people too, right? So like when I was in school, the attractive girls, they call, what do you call them? They call them light skinned, right? So if the girl could have been as homely as could be, but she was fine as a fox because she was light skinned, right? And you find that it's that way all over the place. We're just taught to hate people who are dark.
Take my parents. We had other Carib friends. We used to go to St. Kitts, spend vacation, and live.
Yeah, but if you
in the house.
But if you say you're good enough for me to laugh with you, but if you marry my daughter, I disown her.
The same thing with my parents, because guess what?
Saying that's prejudice.
A Carib guy had liked my older sister, Hortense. My father caught him with the guy one time and beat her up. And they warned her a lot about this Carib guy. Now my mother was friends with the Carib guy's sister. And I realized that they were friends with the sister. Anyhow, they took Hortense and sent her back to Belize City to live with my aunt, just to get her away from the Carib guy. So by the time they brought her back, a couple of years later, the relationship was there again. But the sad part, didn't you remember Rita Tuck? You had Norma, who married to Dr. Calvin Young. Rita, they used to call her Bunchy.
Right. The faces are coming to me.
Yeah, like a Carib guy who's a lawyer. Well respectable guy. Quiet, nice. He would not have anybody, only John Aviles. Now, I know the girl that John married to. John married to a girl called Vida Ortiz. Vida Ortiz and Louise were good friends, and I get to know Vida. Me and Vida used to laugh and talk. Now, John wanted to leave Vida and marry Rita Tuck, but the parents wouldn't have it. And they beat her, they curse her, they tell her, if you marry this guy, we disown you, all kind of things. Now what happened? The guy decided, I can't marry. I'm coming soon to put in the doctor.
Yeah, come on,
yeah. The guy decided that if I marry Rita, and my children are half Carib, they won't have any grandparents. So with that he decided to marry the Carib girl. Now the Carib girl was working at a school as a secretary. I went there one day and I met her, I said, hi Vida, and we had talk.
Right. Right.
When they married quietly, Rita didn't know. But one day, Rita was doing some work for one of the teachers who taught at the same school. And she was at the teacher house. And the teacher said, all right, I will get Mrs. Aviles to type it for me.
I'm
The
sorry.
moment she saw Mrs.
They are.
Aviles,
Yeah. Yeah, the traffic is
I'm just trying. I can't hear.
He
What's that?
invited me.
Lady, could
He
you-
called me and said, Mom, I am coming, but the traffic is heavy.
Can you move?
So he'll come.
the moment she heard Mrs. Aviles, she realized the girl, the secretary married John Aviles. I hear the girl scream out, begin to pull out her hair. She ran from the house. That house is at Robert, I don't know if it's good 25 blocks away. To her house, screaming and bawling through the street, beating up the wall. The parents don't know what's wrong with her. When they found out what she was behaving like this, they called her out more. You're acting like this over this kind of man.
Wow.
That girl couldn't recover from that. She never recovered from that. She used to ask me,
One thing about the old Belize people, they had a lot of stuff. I realized that older generation, they were more concerned about their name and how
Right.
they look than the emotional well-being
Right.
of their kids.
I was sorry for Bonchi because even though she was Horten's friend, she and I used to chat. One time she invited me to the house for that little house party. I think it was her birthday. I was already a Christian. I went, but I wouldn't dance. And Rita got me in a corner and wanted me to advise her what is it that she must do, what does a man like about a woman. Now I became counselor. I guess she's thinking, why John didn't marry her? You don't have nothing to do with that, it's your parents. As a matter of fact, they had Elaine and Nadine, they had a program on the radio called Listener's Choice, where you could have your girlfriend play a song for you, some kind of love song, and you could play a song for your girlfriend. Somebody put on the Listener's Choice for Rita Top. When I lost my baby, I almost lost my mind.
Oh, that's not very compassionate.
So, you know, but
Belize was wild, the Wild
Yeah.
West. In the
no,
South.
the guy John Aviles died now. John became my lawyer at one point when I bought a property in Belize. A very nice guy. But Rita went to live in California. I think she's still alive. And her sister is married to Dr. Calvin Young, the Governor General of Belize. Now, Norma and I was also close. And through Hortense. When Hortense went to Belize one time to visit, Harry was with her. Harry was frightened. Harry saw this police vehicle with the Belizean flag stuck up at the gate for Hortense. He said, Hortense, where are you going? Lady Young, who's the Governor General's wife, she's called Lady Young, sent a vehicle to pick up Hortense, police escort, for Hortense to spend 2 days at the manse, that they call the Governor General Mansion.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. What used to make me proud was the guy, Dr. Young. A lot of people say he looks like me. But I was proud to hear that.
Uh-huh.
Because one time I went to vote. But I went to vote in George Price area. And George Price himself, he stood at the gate, shaking hands with everybody as you come in. And when George Price looked at me, he said, Dr. Calvin Young? I said, no. I said, my name is Locke. The Locke's on Dean Street. But he said, oh, but right away he knows from the Albert Division, the Locks don't support it. So he knew that I was going to vote for him. So when people tell me I look like Dr. Calvin Young, I used to feel proud. In Trinidad,
Yeah.
they had Dr. Eric Williams, the Prime Minister there, well respected. He wear dark hairs. I used to wear dark hairs those days. A guy actually stopped me. I was at some office in Port of Spain. Look at me and he stopped. Young Eric? I said, no. I said, I wish I was. Yeah, he laughed. Anyhow, Robert, nice chatting.
All right, Zizi enjoyed it too. Yeah.
I have to take a piece of that cake before it's finished.
Contrary to popular belief, I was actually listening.